This is a bit of a different type of photo for Weekly 50 because it's not my typical Weekly 50 type of photo. It's not just a photo that I happen to snap on the way to work or when I was playing with my kids. This is a photo that I did for a client, and usually I keep those separate from the blog, but I thought I'd share it here for a specific reason, and I did check with the client to make sure it was okay. This is an example of how my work with Weekly 50 has informed my professional photography practice as well. And when I say professional, I don't make a living off of photography. I have an actual full-time job at OSU, but my professional work means that occasionally I'll do work for clients, such as this photo shoot here. And when I went over to do this session for this mother and this infant, and this baby was about 2 weeks old, I think, I knew that I wanted to get some close-up pictures of fingers like this. And I didn't have, and I still don't have, an actual macro lens. I just brought my D750 and my 50mm lens. This is actually a 50mm photo, and that 50mm lens is so good for this type of thing, because you get really nice shots of the baby, but if you use a close-up filter, which you can get for other lenses too, you can get close-ups for the 35 and like other lenses, but I had a set of close-up filters for the 50, and I like that focal length with a close-up filter. And because I had taken so many photos on Weekly 50 over the years with close-up filters, I kind of knew exactly what to do, and I didn't have to go through a lot of trial and error with this. I was prepared mentally, and that's entirely because of my work with this blog. For instance, I shot the photo at f5.6, which I didn't know that I should have done. My instinct would have been, oh, it's a close-up photo. I need to shoot it wide open. Well, then you get this depth of field that's just unwieldy. I also shot it at 1/90th of a second using ISO 6400, and I was comfortable doing that because I have done Weekly 50 enough to know that my D750 can handle that high ISO just fine, and I know that the results are going to be fine. I also kind of knew how to frame this shot because of what I'd done with a +4 close-up filter, and that was another thing. I used a +4 filter instead of a +2 or a +10 because I knew that specific combination, the 50mm lens plus the +4 filter at f5.6, would give me this type of result. And it's kind of neat when you see things come together like this, where over time, I don't know that I could clearly articulate how Weekly 50 has helped me learn about photography. And like, I suppose I could list several things if I really had to think about it. But here in the moment of this photo shoot, a lot of things came together that I have learned doing this blog. And so I for all of you who are listening to this and have maybe been following for a while and thinking about starting your own blog or this sort of thing or doing photos, I just want to say that this experience for the past many years, I mean, we're well over 6 years now, has been so rewarding and gratifying, just personally, but also it's clearly taught me a lot about photography, and it's been interesting to see those things come in handy sometimes when I least expect them, or when I do need them. Like I knew going into this shoot that I would need that lens and that camera and that close-up filter, and I kind of knew what I wanted to do because of my work here.